Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. 1970s, I love you. The decade of the 1970s was famous for the best American films ever made. Godfather 1 and its sequel Godfather 2 were easily the pick of these movies. I remember seeing this movie as a teenager about 50 years back when I was in India, and I must admit I did not understand anything about the movie. The only thing I remembered was the famous scene where Michael Corleone takes out Solazzo and McCloskey in the Louis restaurant in the Bronx. The only American English I understood in those days was the one I saw in American movies, the traditional American movies, where say someone like Lee Marvin in the movie Dirty Dozen. You dirty dozen? This thing leaks out, or if any one of you says anything to anyone else, the 12 of you go ran hell. As opposed to this, you had Marlon Brando with the Sicilian American accent. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I'm going to make you an offer and you can't refuse. Now, this movie won many Academy Awards, and I read Mario Puzo's book, and I instantly realized that this is a masterpiece, and I saw the movie all over again. The most complete film, which is replete with the entire spectrum of human behavior: love, hate, friendship, loyalty, betrayal, revenge, power trips, and family relations. It was based on Mario Puzo's novel, The Godfather, screenplay by Mario Puzo and Francis Ford Coppola, musical score by Nino Rota, sound mixing by, I believe, Thon Nogar, and the theme song, Speak Softly Love, by the legendary Andy Williams. Speak softly, love, so no one hears us but the sky. The forms of love we make will live until we die. My life is yours, and because you came into my world with softly love. The only thing I can compare this script and this movie was with the great Indian epic, which is something divine, called the Mahabharata, which has the ingredients of the entire human behavioral spectrum. In my opinion, the actors were the least important. It was Mario Puzo and Francis Coppola all the way. I'll try and create some of the scenes where everybody, every actor, known or unknown, big or small, looked brilliant. Take, for instance, the Solazzo meeting with the Godfather. Bear, Don Corleone. I want a man with powerful friends. I want $1 million in cash. I want Vito Corleone and the many politicians he carries in his pocket like so many nickels and dimes. What's the interest for my family? 30% of the share. And your in the first year should be 3 or 4 million, and it's going to grow. What's the interest for the Tartaglias? With compliments. I'll take care of the Tartaglias out of my share. See, you want 30% finance, political influence, and legal protection. Why come to me? Why do I deserve the generosity? For $1 million, just for finance? Deja vu, Don Corleone. Senior Solazzo, I wanted to meet with you because I heard you are a serious man to be treated with respect, but my answer to you is no. It's true that I have a lot of friends in politics who will not be my friends anymore once they realize I'm dealing with drugs and not gambling, which they think is a harmless vice. And your business is a bit too dangerous. You worried about the security for the $1 million? The Tartaglias will guarantee it. Hey, you mean to say the Tartaglias will guarantee an investment? Wait a minute. As you can see, I have a sentimental weakness for my kids. They talk when they should listen. Signor Solazzo, I wish you all the best on your new business, and I wish to congratulate you. And as far as your interests don't conflict with mine. Thank you. Santino, come here. What's the matter with you, man? Is the young girl you're playing comedy with. Never again tell anyone outside the family what you're thinking. So as you can see in this interaction between Vito Corleone and Solazzo, both these actors came out looking tall. It didn't matter who was big or small, who was new or old. These guys came out looking big only because the script was powerful and Francis Ford Coppola was brilliant. Another instance, interaction between Hyman Roth and Michael Corleone. My sixth sense tells me Fredo sent you here with a bag full of money. Where is it? Are you pulling out? I wanna wait. Who killed Frank Pentangeli? The Rossetto brothers. I know. Who gave the go-ahead? It wasn't me. Mike, there was this young kid I grew up with. He was younger than me, but kind of looked up to me. Worked our way up the streets, did our first job together, and during Prohibition, ran molasses across the border into Canada. He was a great man with vision and guts. He wanted to build a city on a desert stopover for the GIs on the way to the West Coast. His name is Mo Green, and as much as anything, I loved him. And one day, someone put a bullet across his eye. I wasn't angry. I didn't ask who did and gave the orders. I said to myself, this is the business we have chosen, and I'll let it go. I did not ask who gave the orders, since this has nothing to do with business. See, as you can see, Lee Strasberg, who was a professor of acting actually, and was a decent actor, a stage actor for that matter, but in this movie, in this particular scene, he just owned Michael Corleone. I mean, this is how a powerful script and direction makes all the difference. A great actor is one who can make a bad script look good, and a good script can be made to look good by any actor who's decent. So, again, going to my favorite scene of this great movie, Godfather. My favorite scene, I'm sure, as is also the scene of millions of lovers of the Godfather, was when Michael Corleone takes out Solazzo and McCloskey in the Louis restaurant in the Bronx at the time, which was called La Cabana. And the sound recording and mixing in that particular scene was absolutely brilliant. If you remember, the sound of opening the wine bottles with the corks, the sound of somebody walking on the floor, the shoes made incredible sound, and above all, the background noise of the number 2 and I believe the number 5 train, which went thar-thar, 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 in the backdrop and came to a screeching halt. The more you see that particular shot, the more you fall in love, and particularly with the sound recording. And I'm sure India's greatest ever and legendary sound recordist, Mangesh Desai, would have enjoyed seeing this particular scene. Recently, I heard Francis Ford Coppola give most of the credit to the actors for the great success of this movie. And I can tell you, Francis, I think you're being very humble. We all know, as moviegoers, that this movie was Mario Puzo's book and script, and your script and screenplay and your direction. Everybody else was good. I'm not going to take anything away from the actors, but between you and me, anybody could have acted. Anybody with some sense of acting could have delivered in this particular movie. This is my intake on The Godfather. Thanks for watching. This is Dr. Raj Desai signing off.